Part 4. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 31. Zhao Yaxin had a worried look on her face, but Fang Fan seemed indifferent. Some people just need to clean up. After 2 extra meals, everything will be fine. It's all right, I'll pay attention. Fang Fan's eyes swept around the city. There was still some order, but it was full of apocalypse. There were zombies everywhere, and there were many beautiful women standing on the street and fluttering in the wind. Every now and then someone would walk over with a few pieces of bread and take one. This is 1,000 magic crystals, thank you for sending us back, thank you. Then I'll go first. By the way, in the future, how can I contact you? Zhao Yaxin hesitated for a moment, then asked. Contact me, I should open a card shop in a certain street. You can come to support me, in a short time, it should be here. Fang Fan took over the magic crystal, and the deal ended here. Fang Fan and his people searched the edge of the inner city as much as possible, trying to find a slightly more open shop. These shops along the way are basically closed, and from time to time, there are several shops that sell weapons, guns, and food. To survive in the last days, in addition to weapons, it is food, and these 2 businesses are also the most popular. It's just here, there aren't many people, it's more secluded. This will be our card shop in the future. Fang Fan looked at the 2 up and down buildings in front of him with satisfaction. It should have been a commercial street, but it was later abandoned. Ding. The location of the card shop is successful. The strongest card shop is officially established. The reward is a guild signboard and a professional high-end container. Guild signboard, extremely hard, made of extraterrestrial meteorites. Remarks, if you go bankrupt, you can consider turning it into a magic weapon. Professional high-end container, invulnerable to water and fire, non-erodible and cool to the touch. Remarks, it's not an artifact, it seems to be an artifact. Looking at the guild signboard and professional high-end container, Fang Fan couldn't help but complain for a while. Rewards just break things like this? It's quite enough. The 6 characters of the strongest card shop on the guild signboard are lifelike, and the guild quality is full of force. The descriptions and card slots of various cards are automatically carried on the professional high-end container, it saves Fang Fan to explain it word by word. Ding. In order to celebrate the opening of the strongest card shop, the immediate mission is released. Task: the turnover must exceed 10,000 low-grade magic crystals within 3 days. Success reward, unknown. Failure penalty: the card shop starts the self-destruction program. Remarks, earn as many magic crystals as possible. There will be additional rewards. Fang Fan murmured and complained for a while, since he came, let's rest for a while. Since the end of the world, I have been rolling around in the zombies day and night, but now I have the opportunity to take a good rest. As for the customer thing, just let it happen. The signboard is there, the one who wishes to take the bait. Fang Fan made a general calculation of his net worth, plus the 1,000 magic crystal commission paid by Zhao Yaxin, he has almost accumulated more than 5,000 magic crystals now. These magic crystals are earned by selling cards, and they are also picked up by fighting zombies all the way. Fang Fan wondered if he should clear all these magic crystals. All used to draw cards. Ding. If the host wants to use magic crystals for card extraction, the original price will be doubled and charged 10 times. Note, and if you draw cards by yourself, there will be no commission draw, and there will be no exclusive card draw opportunities to accumulate. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 32. Fang Fan's mouth twitched, so vicious. The dog system is going to draw his blood. 10 times the price, what a bastard. I need an explanation. Fang Fan took a few breaths, feeling extremely unhappy in his heart. At the same time, I am also thinking about it. Why don't I give the magic crystal to others in the future and let them buy it on their behalf? Ding. The host's luck is sky high. The chance of opening a treasured card is very high, and this price is very reasonable. Ding. A friendly reminder, if the host wants to give the magic crystals to others for a substitute draw, it is extremely uneconomical. Ding. 10 times the price is only suitable for the cards that need to be drawn. The daily series of cards are at the original price of the host. Fang Fan opened his mouth. He always felt that this dog system was just like the roundworm in his stomach. What the heck, this guy knows what he thinks. According to the meaning of the dog system, Fang Fan is more powerful, and his luck is invincible. The cards that are opened are likely to be limited editions, so it is reasonable to charge a little more. Fang Fan carefully recalled the time when the exclusive card was drawn before. It seemed that this was the case. Although most of them were blank cards, they finally won the promotion card gift package. Let Fang Fan directly get 10 promotion cards. It's not unacceptable if it looks like this. Hucha, mad, it hurts labor and capital, I almost died this time. Those people from big families are really nothing, and the Legion Carter, which was obtained by labor and capital to kill zombies, was robbed again. Grass. It's really bad luck. The key is that this arm is still abolished. I need to stop the bleeding quickly. If it doesn't stop bleeding, I'm afraid I will die. Mad, when did a shop open in such a desolate place? The strongest card shop? What is it? Wang Lu barged in with a bewildered look on his face. This street is relatively desolate in the surrounding area, and usually some nightingales would bring people here to stay overnight. He was also chased and killed and had no choice but to run over to avoid it. You guys, who sell cards? Wang Lu walked in and saw the cards placed in the professional high-end counter, and his eyes suddenly turned green. Look at it for yourself, the prices are all there, and you can say what you want. Fang Fan lay on the Taishi chair and swayed leisurely. Wang Lu glanced around and panicked a little. When he saw the cards in the counter, he wanted to go and snatch them. But at first glance, there were many sturdy men guarding the surrounding area, and he immediately dismissed the idea. If you really want to do it, who will rob whom? Draw a card, 1 magic crystal at the black iron level, 100 magic crystals at the bronze level. Daily card, 5 magic crystals for serum card, 5 magic crystals for healing card. My CAO. There is a healing card. Such a rare card, a card that can save lives, just sell 5 magic crystals. Boss, is this true? Wang Lu's eyes suddenly turned red, and looking at the arm that was still bleeding out, Wang Lu seemed to see the way forward and the direction. A healing card can save a life. Healing card, 5 magic crystals, hand in magic crystal in one hand, and goods in the other. Fang Fan stretched his waist and glanced at the guy in front of him. This was the first client, but this client seemed a little miserable. There are countless wounds on the body, and there is a huge gap on the right arm, which is obviously slashed by someone with a knife. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 33. I have a magic crystal, for you. Wang Lu took out the magic crystal vigilantly, and glanced at Fang Fan in disbelief. The healing card only sells 5 magic crystals, it always feels a little wrong. Hey, I'll give you a healing card. Ding. The host sells a healing card, the price is 5 magic crystals, and the draw is 0.5 magic crystals. The daily series of cards are not counted in the number of exclusive card draws. Every time Fang Fan makes a transaction, a record will be displayed on the system panel. Hey, cool. It really is a healing card. My arm, I've saved it. Made, almost died. But this feeling, so comfortable. If you don't die, you will have good luck. Watching the injury gradually recover, Wang Lu's vigilance gradually loosened, although he felt that there should be no such stupid businessman in this world. The healing card that can save lives only sells 5 magic crystals, the price is so low that it explodes. In the apocalypse, a healing card is equivalent to a life. But the facts told Wang Lu that these were all real. This weird shop is real. And they are not black shops, otherwise, they could have killed him directly while he was seriously injured. Give me 5 more healing cards, and 2 more serum cards. These are 35 magic crystals. Wang Lu licked his tongue and asked carefully, he was afraid that there would not be so many goods here. It's just that Fang Fan's actions once again made him more confident. Fang Fan didn't even lift his head, just threw the card out, and then the clerk Chen Buletin, who was standing beside him, put away the magic crystal. Give me 50 more black iron cards like this. Wang Lu touched his pocket and counted it carefully. There were almost 50 or so magic crystals left. Ding! The host sells 50 black iron level cards, sells 50 magic crystals, and draws 5 magic crystals. The type is a drawing card, and it is counted 5 times in the number of exclusive card draws. Sincerely 50 magic crystals. Fang Fan stretched his waist, put 50 magic crystals in his account, and then sold 50 black iron cards. I open. Food card. Shimizu card. Empty card. Healing card. Blood earned. Weapon card. I wipe it. It's cool. The Legion card, it's the Legion card. I have issued the Legion card. Undead zombie army. Ha ha ha, that's great. That's great. It's so cool. Wang Lu immediately screamed excitedly, the corners of his mouth twitched up and down unnaturally, and he was almost unable to close his mouth. Fang Fan also glanced at Wang Lu unexpectedly, his luck, good enough. Ding. As the first customer of the strongest card shop to open, enjoy the supreme luck bonus. The voice of the dog system came, Fang Fan pouted, this guy, is still engaged in marketing? Many thanks to the shopkeeper, thanks to the shopkeeper. When I go to earn magic crystals, I will come again. Wang Lu walked out with a proud face, today is definitely his lucky day. Lady Luck kissed him. Originally, I was in adversity, and I was ready to wait to die, but after entering the strongest card shop for a walk, I was fully armed and had everything. Even the most cherished Legion card has been opened. A celibate like him, without a family to rely on, can only make his own way in the end times. To be honest, it was a very sad day. It's okay to be oppressed on weekdays, but if you kill zombies to get something good, you basically have to honor those big families. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 34. Here, will be the place where he counterattacks. Wang Lu bowed 3 times to the strongest card shop with a serious look and respect. Outer city zombies. Isn't that Wang Lu? I just saw him vomited blood by the Zhang family's people. He's not a humanoid, a Legion card that I finally got has been robbed, why did it appear again? My CAO, he is intact, and there is a Legion behind him, those things, it looks like a zombie. This is a zombie army. What adventure did this kid have? My CAO. Those zombies are so fierce, this is a weapon for harvesting zombies. It's awesome. It's so awesome. I'm so envious of Jill. Brother Wang, take me to pretend to force me to fly. Brother Wang, I'm your little brother Akiang. Brother Wang. Wang Lu had never felt so majestic, and when others asked him what adventures he had, he kept silent. His eyes involuntarily looked towards the northwest direction of the inner city. The miracle there, he didn't want him to keep it firmly in his heart. He has only one goal now, to earn more magic crystals, and then buy more cards, to make himself more awesome. Boss, the location here is not very good, otherwise, I'll go out and advertise. Chen Buletin glanced at the door of Menki Luok's shop, and couldn't help but came over and suggested. He thinks that these cards are very good, and they definitely have a bigger market. As long as someone buys them once, they will definitely come again. But I've been staying here and can't go out. I don't know that there is such an awesome card shop here. The key is that this piece is really depressed. No. It should come, it will always come. We just arrived, so keep a low profile. Fang Fan seemed very casual. He let Guan Hai and Hans go out to slaughter the zombies and collect magic crystals and cards. It's still relatively safe here, and they don't need their defense. Besides, if there is a need, Fang Fan only needs to issue an order, and under telepathy, they will return to guard the store. At present, there are only Fang Fan, the shop owner, Chen Buletin, the shop assistant, and Cao Hong, the commander of the Qingzhou Corps under Chen Buletin. There is also a small warehouse just opened up behind the store, where weapons and ammunition are piled up like mountains. Zhou Kaishan drove frantically in depression. What a bummer today. Lost the ring today. 3,000 magic crystals, and that beauty, all lost. The Torta son of the Sun family quietly became an awakened. How come I haven't made a breakthrough until now? If I become an awakened, I can definitely get my face back. Grandmas. Pretending to be arrogant in front of me, I can't bear it. It's okay to lose to others. Lose to that bastard Sun Xin, crap. Before the apocalypse, it was not worthy to carry shoes for labor and capital. Now there are 5 people and 6 people. Zhou Kaishan kicked the accelerator, wanting to try the thrill of racing in this desolate place. Mad. Grass. Why is it broken? How bad is this broken car bullying labor? After Zhou Kai got off the car, he yelled at his luxury car. Today's point is really back. The horse is gone, and the magic crystal have also lost a lot of money. The old man will probably kill him when he goes back. Grass. Find someone to repair the car. This desolate area, is there anyone in this place? The strongest card shop? What is it? The name is quite loud. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 35. Zhou Kaishan's eyes glanced around, but he didn't see any passers-by. The sports car was broken again, only the shop seemed to be open. He strode in, ready to find 2 people to help him fix a car. This only surviving shop also looked a little cold and green. At a glance, there were only 3 people in the huge room. 2 people standing, 1 lying down. At the side of the eye, there is a luxuriously decorated high-level professional container, and the dazzling variety of cards inside make Zhou Kaishan's eyes shine. It's really a shop that sells cards. Daily Series card, Serum card, Healing card, 5 low-grade magic crystals. I wipe, so cheap. Draw a series of cards, 1 magic crystal at the black iron level, 100 magic crystals at the bronze level. Well, it still looks decent. The strongest card shop. Buy a card, open it. You may get an invincible army. You may also get a peerless magic weapon. It is even more likely to get a supreme elixir. Only what you can't think of. There's nothing you can't open. Zhou Kaishan looked at this extraordinarily pretentious advertisement, and subconsciously pouted. However, his eyes have been attracted by the way. Where's the shopkeeper? Who is the shopkeeper? Give me 10 bronze cards. Zhou Kaishan waved his hand and stared directly at the bronze level card, looking heroic and domineering. Fang Fan was lying leisurely on the Grand Master's chair and dangling. Zhou Kaishan saw it when he came in, but he didn't pay much attention to it. Fang Fan suddenly stood up when he heard that he wanted to buy 10 bronze level cards. 10 bronze level cards costing 1000 magic crystals, it's a huge business. Ding. The host sells 10 bronze level cards, priced at 1000 magic crystals, and draws 100 magic crystals. The type is a series of cards drawn, and it is counted in the number of exclusive card draws once. 1000 magic crystals of sincerity. Fang Fan put the card in his hand and looked at Zhou Kaishan with a smile. Let me see if it's true or false, in case you're doing pyramid schemes. There was a look of distrust in Zhou Kaishan's eyes. Our shop rules, first hand over the magic crystal, and then give the card. Fang Fan continued to smile, looking very amiable. Humph. Do you know who I am? Zhou Kaishan's expression darkened, and he seemed a little unhappy. What's going on? Makes it seem like the young master will lose some of your magic crystals. I don't know whether to continue trading or make trouble, please speak up. Fang Fan glanced at Zhou Kaishan and wiped away the smile on his face. Chen Buletin and Cao Hong put their arms around their chests and walked over leisurely. Zhou Kaishan's complexion changed. What's the matter, is it still a black shop? He is not an awakened, look at the 3 people in here, it's not easy to deal with. Zhou Kaishan glanced at the desolate street behind him, and he couldn't help but start playing drums in his heart. Ha ha ha, just kidding, take it seriously. This is 1000 magic crystals. I want to see what cards are worth this price. Zhou Kaishan threw the magic crystal over, and there was a hint of viciousness in his eyes. If you dare to fool labor and capital, I will take someone to copy this black shop. Blank card. Food card. Shimizu card. Another blank card. It's still a blank card. There were 9 cards in a row, and they were basically common waste cards. Seeing that the 900 magic crystals were wiped away, Zhou Kaishan's face was a little wrong. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 36. In Zhou Kaishan's heart, he has basically decided that this so-called card shop is just a pretense. What a pit. I don't know how to cast a blind eye on these cards, in fact, they are all waste cards. Although the food card and the water card are quite precious in the apocalypse, it is obvious that 100 magic crystals cannot be exchanged for it. Last piece. Awakening card? What? Introduction. It can help humans with deviant aptitudes to be forced to awaken, and there is a 30% chance of becoming awakened. Remarks. This has always been a favorite of Wastewood. The moment he saw the awakening card, Fang Fan was quite surprised. Because this is a brand new card. So, I have a chance to become an awakened. Use the awakening card. The moment he opened the awakening card, Zhou Kaishan quickly used it on himself, as if someone was robbing him. Ah, it hurts, hiss, it hurts to death. Zhou Kaishan lay directly on the ground and started rolling and mourning. This process lasted for 3 minutes. Hoo hoo, it's finally over. What kind of shit is this? No. I feel like my power has grown a lot. I'm also awake. Name, Zhou Kaishan. Level, 1 star awakened, power. Obviously, he had a 30% chance of success, and his luck was not bad. The owner, thank you so much. It was my attitude just now. Your shop is not a black shop. Zhou Kaishan's hands trembled slightly, his face full of excitement. When he thought of the scene where he was slapped in the face by Sun Xi and before, he couldn't hold back his excitement any longer. Isn't this bastard just relying on himself to be an awakened? Show off your power in front of him. Now so is he. It's okay, the customer is God. Fang Fan shrugged in disapproval. As long as you give the magic crystal, anything can be said. Give me another set of 10 bronze level cards. Zhou Kaishan soon showed the style of a local tyrant again. 1,000 magic crystals seemed to him, he didn't care at all. Blank card. Food card. The local tyrant gold sports car card. After the 10 bronze level cards were opened, a shiny card almost blinded Fang Fan's titanium alloy dog's eyes. It was so dazzling. Open the local tyrant gold sports car card. Just as Zhou Kaishan's voice fell, a golden light flickered, Fang Fan subconsciously covered his eyes with his hands. When he opened his eyes again, his mouth had involuntarily turned into an O shape. As for Zhou Kaishan, he rushed over with a look of excitement. Item, local gold sports car. Introduction, the whole body is made of high-precision local gold, with 2 small cannons. Acceleration is 1 meter/square second. Remarks, the absolute magic weapon for pretending to be a girl. This is the god of cars. Fang Fan's eyes glanced around the local tyrant's golden sports car, and indeed found 2 cannon muzzles at the front end of the chassis. The caliber is not large, but it looks very cool. The color of the local tyrant's gold, it's so dazzling. The most important thing is that the acceleration actually reached 1 meter/square second, you must know that an ordinary perverted sports car can reach 3. I have to say that it really makes sense to evaluate a pretentious artifact. Because it's really enough. Buzzing. Zhou Kaishan sat in the driver's seat with excitement on his face, then caught fire, and stepped on the accelerator to the end, a cool one. After a while, the car was gone. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 37. A few minutes later, there was another blast of flying sand and rocks. The luxury cars and sports cars I've driven have not had 100 or 80, but those with $1 aren't that awesome. Shopkeeper. Thank you. It's so cool. When I go back and save some magic crystals, I'll spend it again. Zhou Kaishan bowed his hands to Fang Fan, the excitement in his eyes was beyond words to describe. Sai Wen lost his horse and knew it was not a blessing, he only understood the true meaning of this sentence today. If he hadn't been bullied by Sun Xi and slap in the face, he wouldn't have been blindly running around in a sports car. If he didn't run blindly, his car would not have broken down in this desolate street. His sports car isn't bad, and there's no way he can get into this awesome card shop. Naturally, it is impossible to obtain an awakening card to become an awakened person, and it is even more impossible to obtain this cool to the extreme local tyrant gold sports car. You deserve it, your luck, okay. Fang Fan nodded indifferently. This local tyrant Jinhao car looks very cool, but it is not applicable in actual combat. On the contrary, because the color is too bright, it will become the target of zombies. Of course, if it's used to pretend, it's definitely enough. Watching Zhou Kaishan go away, Fang Fan continued to return to the store. At this time, Guan Hai and Hans returned with the 2 major armies. My lord, the bloody battle is a day and a night, killing more than 10,000 zombies, obtaining 1,300 magic crystals, and more than 100 cards of various kinds. There are 2 promotion cards, 2 weapon cards, and a special card. While reporting the brilliant achievements, Guan Hai delivered the special cards to Fang Fan separately. Recruiting card. Introduction, it can replenish troops for the incomplete legion with a commander to reach the full state. Remarks, in theory, all legions are undead warriors. Fang Fan was stunned after reading the introduction, recruiting card. Fang Fan understood the meaning. For example, If several Yellow Turban leaders were injured or killed in the Yellow Turban leader army, you can use this recruiting card, and you can immediately replenish the vacant Yellow Turban leaders. The premise is that the commander Guanhai has never been injured. Chen Buletin, your Qingzhou Army Corps was crippled before, and now it's just right for you. Fang Fan directly handed the recruitment card to Chen Buletin, and glanced at Cao Hong, who was quite excited. This was just an opportunity to experiment. Boss, this is too precious. Chen Buletin pursed his lips, his hands trembled slightly. He knew very well the true value of the recruiting card. Your Qingzhou Army Corps has recovered, and it is also improving my combat power. Aren't we one? Don't ink it? Fang Fan waved his hand. Now Chen Buletin is the only employee of the store. Both of them are from Yangcheng, and theoretically they are still dependent on each other. At this time, it's really not necessary to divide each other. What Fang Fan needs now is the promotion card. As long as he has enough promotion cards, he can completely expand his army. Survival in the apocalypse, strength is respected. Fang Fan, you are indeed here. I sent people to search all over the inner city. How did you open your shop here? It's too remote, isn't it? A familiar female voice came from outside the door. Fang Fan's eyes turned away, and a shadow drifted in. It was Zhao Yaxin who met on the way. Today's Zhao Yaxin is wearing a pink gauze skirt, which adds a more feminine charm compared to the black dress she wore in the wild before. Fang Fan was a little lost for a while. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 38. I prefer the quiet here. Fang Fan stood up and smiled. Quiet, indeed, it's just too quiet. Since you are in business, you naturally have to move towards the downtown area. I still have a few shops in the core business district, or should I give rent to you first? Zhao Yaxin sat generously in front of Fang Fan, looking at the professional high-end container in front of Fang Fan. She couldn't help being dazed. She didn't take it seriously when she saw that the name of the shop was called the Strongest Card Shop just now. After all, in the entire Zhongcheng inner city, it seems that no one is qualified to do this card business. On the one hand, the card explosion rate is too low. On the other hand, the exchange rate of various cards is even more problematic. Now the only fruit on the market is the exchange of some common cards such as water cards and food cards. And someone like Fang Fan actually directly marked the price of the healing card and serum card. 5 low-grade magic crystals, this price is too cheap. Fighting against zombies outside, casualties are inevitable, and being eaten by zombies and infected with viruses is more commonplace. Therefore, these 2 cards are also very precious strategic resources. No, I don't like liveliness, it's pretty good here. Fang Fan waved his hand. He didn't need to be so high profile at first. In this type of business, he is not afraid of no customers, but is afraid of too many customers. Oh, how many healing cards and serum cards do you have? I bought them all. But not at this price. Zhao Yaxin shook her head, biting her lips slightly, full of aura. Sorry, the price can't be lowered. Fang Fan shook his head. The price was not set by him, but controlled by the dog system. Who asked you to lower the price? I mean 20 magic crystals, a serum card or a healing card, I want all of them. 5 magic crystals, it's too cheap, you will suffer. Zhao Yaxin blinked. Fang Fan was taken aback for a while. This woman can. Thank you, but no need, just this price, and, how much do you need? Fang Fan raised his head and asked. How much do you have here? How much do I want? The corners of Zhao Yaxin's mouth raised slightly, and she raised her head confidently. Well, as many as you want, you can say whatever you want. Fang Fan was ashamed, it was too laborious to communicate. Zhao Yaxin was stunned for a moment. How much do you want? When did this life-saving card become Chinese cabbage? 10 serum cards and 10 healing cards each. Okay, no problem. 100 of each. No problem. How about 1,000 of each? The magic crystal is in the account, you can. Fang Fan waved his hand. The speed will be solved. What are you doing with so much trouble? Now it's Zhao Yaxin's turn to be surprised. Her two beautiful eyes stared at Fang Fan and began to look up and down. In her eyes, Fang Fan is not the kind of person who likes to talk big. Since he said it, he must have so many serum cards and healing cards. Such a large amount, too scary, right? I only have more than 1,000 star stones here, first give me 100 of each. Zhao Yaxin's face was a little flushed, and she felt quite embarrassed. I just said big words, and now I'm slapped in the face. 100 serum cards, 100 healing cards, 1,000 spirit stones of sincerity, please take them. Fang Fan pushed out 200 cards and collected 1,000 magic crystals. Seeing these cards in front of her eyes, Zhao Yaxin took a deep breath. She was completely convinced. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 39. Although she didn't know where Fang Fan came from, the fact was in front of her, so she couldn't help but believe it. Draw a series of cards, black iron level cards, bronze level cards. Bring me 100 black iron cards and 1 bronze card. Zhao Yaxin didn't have any unnecessary nonsense this time, and spoke directly. Sincerely 200 magic crystals, this is the card you need. Fang Fan pushed the card over, and Zhao Yaxin couldn't wait to open it. Sira card. Blank card. Among the 100 black iron cards, all of them are normal ordinary cards, and there is nothing unusual about them. It's just that the bronze level card seems to have opened a relatively special card. Holy Angel Bloodline card. Introduction. Use this card to integrate into the bloodline of the Holy Angel and become the inheritor of the blood of the Holy Angel, and your combat power will be greatly increased. Remarks. This is a relatively high-level bloodline. Blood card? This is rather surprising. Improve the bloodline, integrate into the angel bloodline, this is going to become a birdman? Use the bloodline card. Without any hesitation, Zhao Yaxin opened the bloodline card directly, only to see a white light flashing, and a little white starlight gradually condensed into Zhao Yaxin's body. Immediately, at a speed visible to the naked eye, white wings actually grew on her back. Fang Fan's face is dumbfounded. Is there such a thing as such an operation? Is this too harsh? Is this a normal human being? From Fang Fan's point of view, I feel that Zhao Yaxin has an inexplicable sacred and noble temperament, and subconsciously has a feeling of wanting to worship. My wings. Receive. Zhao Yaxin snorted softly, and the wings behind her began to slowly retract, restoring her tranquility and beauty. Fang Fan, thank you, I feel that my strength has improved a lot. I have also become an awakener. Zhao Yaxin's face showed joy. Becoming an awakened is definitely a great thing. Although the end of the world has come for a few days, but the number of awakened people is not many, this is still the privilege of some geniuses. Even though Zhao Yaxin is the eldest lady of the Zhao family and has endless resources, she is still subject to her talent. Incorporating the blood of the Holy Angel, it made her soar to the sky and completely transformed. This is your chance. Besides, you spent magic crystals. In my card shop, as long as you have magic crystals, you can achieve all impossible dreams. Need something else? Fang Fan smiled. Don't be jealous of what treasures his customers got. On the contrary, the more satisfied the customer is, the higher the evaluation will be given, and the more repeat customers will be in the future. 1 past 10, 10 past 100, this is the best advertising effect. With more guests, Fang Fan earned more magic crystals, and the chance to draw exclusive cards, naturally, more. For the time being shameless, all the magic crystals on my body are spent. When I save a little more, I'll definitely come back. Zhao Yaxin glanced at Fang Fan with a hesitant look on her face. She came in fact, with a small task. He has seen the combat power of the two legions under Fang Fan's command, and they are very powerful. For an individual, it is a high-end force, and for a force, it is a symbol of majesty. He came here today to win over Fang Fan to Zhao's house. I used to be very confident, but now. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 40. In fact, the 2000 demon sovereigns were also used to collect Fang Fan, which was a welcome gift for Fang Fan to join the Zhao family. It's been a few days since you came to Zhongcheng. You should have heard of our Zhao family, right? Zhao Yaxin hesitated for a moment, then calmly began to ask. Success or not, always have to try. Fang Fan nodded, one of the four major families in Zhongcheng, with great power, along with Zhang, Zhou, and Sunday. In Zhongcheng, in addition to these four major clan forces, there are several small clan forces, but they are nothing compared to the four major clans, and there is no comparison. What if I invite you to join our Zhao family? Treat him as a senior guest and treat him favorably, how about it? Zhao Yaxin is also doing her last effort. She glanced at the exquisite professional high-end container in front of her with a look of regret on her face. Fang Fan is too mysterious. He wants to explore his mystery, but he doesn't know where to start. Sorry, I don't have this idea for a while. Fang Fan shook his head subconsciously, to join a big family. Become a guest secretary? Being nurtured? This kind of thing, for him, never thought about it. Don't think about it anymore? So direct? Our Zhao family is so unpopular. Zhao Yaxin said in a half-coquettish tone, watching the beauty throw a wink. Fang Fan stepped back subconsciously. What's the matter, what a disaster. Can't stand it, can't stand it. You also saw that I have my own shop here, I'm too busy, so I won't consider other things for the time being. If you have business next time, remember to take care of me. Fang Fan stretched his waist, he has been getting more and more lazy recently. Perhaps it was because the killing was too much a few days before the end of the world. This phenomenon is not good, too comfortable. Of course, you are here, but a treasure trove. But, you have to pay attention to yourself, the inner city is not absolutely safe. If someone comes to make trouble, you can play the sign of our Zhao family. In the inner city, the 3 sects and 9 streams still dare not fight against our Zhao family. Zhao Yaxin said quickly from the side, the words were full of caring. Thank you. Fang Fan was stunned for a moment. Although he didn't intend to use anyone's momentum, they were also kind. Inner city, bustling streets. What kind of car, it's so eye-catching. I'll wipe it. There's a cannon on that car, everyone, be careful. The speed of this car, is so fast. Dodge and dodge. Who is so blatantly racing? Didn't you see that this was the Sun family's venue? This kid is crazy. Hush, don't talk nonsense, it's the big young man of the Zhou family, do you don't want to live? He hear him, appreciate you a grain of peanuts. Master Zhou? Zhou Kaishan? He, who am I supposed to be? It turned out to be this big scoundrel, who was beaten in the face by Sun Xian of the Sun family before. Is this looking for a place? What kind of place are you looking for? This kind of dude can play with these broken hands. The one from the Sun family is already an awakened. Between them, the difference in combat power is too great. Haha, if this is done, the young master of the Joe family will still be slapped in the face. He will humiliate himself. Wait for a good show, but this car is really handsome. A group of melon eaters gathered around, and after the local tyrant's gold sports car stopped, they all leaned over to look at it. Looking at the golden appearance, the halazi was about to flow out.